My beautiful people, my beautiful people, my beautiful people. Welcome back to another lovely episode, the Logic of Emotions podcast / reactions. It's your dog, it's your brother, man. It's your favorite African-American, Melly Baby. Now, I know I'm a little late on the Dame the Bucks news, but we gotta talk about it, man. Very intrigued by this, but first and foremost, gotta definitely say, thanks, Dame, man. I'm not a Blazers fan, but shout out to Dame, shout out to Portland, man, for him being loyal, man, and going to an actual now contending team. Shout out to Dame, man. Very happy to see this brother being able to compete now, man. So let's get to it, man. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. Run it up, run it up, run it up. We're trying to get to 10K, man. That's the goal. That's the mission. And let's do it, y'all. But first, y'all know how we get down. That intro. Yes, sir. Sorry again, y'all. If you hear me cough and stuff, getting all the phlegm up still. I'm just about finished being sick. It's so annoying, bro.
You want to see something interesting?
Shout out to Jimmy Highroller.
Of every single teammate Giannis Antetokounmpo has played with in the NBA. That's every player in every season for the past 10 years. And they're all plotted based on how good they were in terms of box plus minus and win shares. Now,
I forgot OJ Mayo was even on the... Wow, that's crazy.
Over the years, Giannis has played with a lot of guys. OJ Mayo, Jabari Parker. He played with Jason Terry for 2 seasons. Kind of a weird overlap.
Yeah.
But his best teammates have all came in the last few seasons. Brooke Lopez, Eric Bledsoe, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday. There's some good seasons in here by some good players. And Giannis has made the most of it. And then there's his new teammate, Damian Lillard, who will easily be the best player he's ever played with.
For sure.
The NBA's got a new super team, and right now, they're the favorites to win it all.
And yo, someone told me that they were in a super team. Yo, I thought having more than 2 isn't Chris Middleton a star also too? Or am I tripping? I'm not really too sure. Let me know in the comments down below. If not, whatever. It's just 2 of them. But yo, they got a nice team. They got a nice team.
My
man.
first pick gonna be Damian Lillard.
Today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek. With football season upon us and basketball right around Blazers fan,
brother.
I've seen some dark days. Days I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. I saw my team rally their way to the conference finals for the first time in 2 decades, just to get swept and never return. I've had to watch the player that we passed up on turn into an all-time great, while the guy we picked couldn't even stay on the court. I watched Brandon Roy blossom into a star, and then retire literally 50 games later due to injuries. This is enough to make
That's one of the biggest what-ifs. Like, yo, he was so nice, bro. Oh my god.
a man go insane. And then, the chosen one, our loyal king, the one glimmer of hope in a bleak and desolate franchise, just packs up and leaves to the Bucks, and we get stuck with DeAndre Ayton, a guy we aren't even gonna keep, a rookie, and a 7th grader. And
Ooh, yo, people really don't like Ayton, bro. That's kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, listen, like I get it, bro is soft. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. He is soft. Man, I really wish Ayton could blossom to what he should be, man. Because that's such a waste of talent.
I'm not even sure where the Bucks came from. The Blazers and the Heat were stuck in one of the weirdest, most drawn-out stalemates for the last 3 months. And out of nowhere, the Bucks came and picked him up for actually a reasonable price. And as sad as I am to see Dame go, I'm happy for the guy. Despite everything he's given to the Blazers, the organization never quite put him in a position to win. The man has been in the league.
That's one thing that's like universally said is that the Blazers really didn't give him the help that he really needed, honestly.
11 seasons and has played with only 1 All-Star, and even that was nearly a decade ago. In fact, throughout his career, Dame has made 7 All-NBA teams, a feat only 46 players throughout the history of the NBA have accomplished. And out of these players, only 13 of them never won a championship in the NBA. And these 13 players, whether active or retired, are all regarded in the same dismissive fashion. All-time greats who never won a ring. Only 4 of them are active today. Chris Paul, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Damian Lillard. And all 4 of them have reached the same point in their careers, Don't be the guy who had a stellar career with all the awards and achievements, but no championship to show for it. And so after
Dame doesn't have any awards, does he? Except for what? Rookie of the Year?
3 months of uncertainty, I think this is about the best case scenario not only for Lillard, but for Giannis and the Bucks. In fact, this trade was actually foreshadowed last season during the 2023 All-Star Draft selection over every other All-Star reserve. Giannis picked Damian Lillard with his first pick. Back in 2022, Dame was asked who he would play with if he could choose any active player. His answer was Giannis. Fast forward 18 months, and they both got their wish. So now that he's on the Bucks, and they both got a teammate that far exceeds anyone else they've ever played with, how good is this duo, actually? We've seen countless pairs of superstars get hyped up with grand expectations just to fall short and achieve essentially nothing together. But if history has shown us anything,
I want to talk about
this duo is bound to do something great.
Yeah.
In terms of box plus minus, there have only been 6 duos in the history of the NBA that were as good individually as Giannis and Dame are. And out of those 6 duos, 4 of them went on to win the NBA championship that season. The only duos that didn't were Harden and CP3 in 2018, who lost to the eventual champs in the conference finals, and Durant and Westbrook, who were 1 game away from making the finals. History has shown us that when 2 players of this caliber pair up, it usually results in a championship.
Well, here's the thing though. You have 2 ball dominant players, right? One of the things I've always advocated for was for Damian Lillard to learn from Stephen Curry, which is off ball. You know, and because I say this all the time. When Dame doesn't have the ball in his hands, what does he do? When Giannis doesn't have the ball in his hands, Giannis can move around. Giannis can probe. Giannis could do pick and pops. Giannis could run around, slash, do whatever, right? And also he plays defense, right? With Dame, we got to be honest. His defense is really, 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 really bad. Like really, really bad, right? And of course his offense is amazing. And people will sit there and say, "Oh, but Curry's defense is better, bro." Like, can we drop dead this weird thing? This is not 2015, bro. Curry's defense is a lot better than it used to be, bro. He's above average now. Let's just cut that. It's done. All right. I know you love Dame. I know you want to sit there and put him in the same realm as Curry, but he's not. Let's just stop that. But if Dame learned more of how to play off ball, bro, this team would be phenomenal. Like they're already gonna be good. I think they're gonna be great, honestly. But if Dame gets more into the off ball movement bag, because he could play make, of course he could handle that rock like crazy. He's quick and fast as hell. He can dunk on you if he wants. He can shoot from 30, shoot from 40. The brother's a bucket. But the thing that I have with him is that when he doesn't have the ball in his hands, what's he going to really do? Because if he allows himself to learn off ball, my goodness, the playmaking on this team is going to be a chef's kiss, an absolute chef's kiss. You know.
At worst, a game or 2 away from the finals. We're looking at potentially one of the best duos of the last few decades. Last season, Dame averaged 32 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds a game. Now, those aren't just historically great numbers. That's a stat line that only Michael Jordan, James Harden, and Luka Doncic have ever achieved in the history of the NBA. Even crazier, Dame did all of this on record-high efficiency. And last season, Giannis put up 31 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. A stat line that hasn't been achieved since Wilt Chamberlain did it nearly 60 years ago. We all know just how dominant Giannis is.
64.5. My
spending
goodness.
the last decade in the shadow of arguably the greatest point guard ever has made Dame one of the most underrated stars in the league. Both of them are coming off of historically great seasons.
What do you say again? So y'all could understand what I was talking about?
Decade in the shadow of arguably the... We all know just how dominant Giannis is, but I think spending the last decade in the shadow of arguably the greatest point guard ever has made Dame one of the most underrated stars in the league.
And so you mean to tell me Jimmy's saying this, and y'all, there's people that still think he's better than Curry. I'll say this real quickly because I saw one comment of someone saying, "Oh, he could shoot from this, he could do that, blah blah blah." Well, absolutely, But I'm tell you like this: Dame could win 2 rings, for example, right? He still is not really touching Curry. And the reason why I say that's because Curry has MVPs. He has a final MVP. He is scoring. You know what I'm saying? Like this. He's Stephen Curry is very decorated player, and he's also compared to, as Jimmy just said, being one of the best point guards of all time. You're not having that. Dame's not even in that stratosphere of the conversation. Now, if you want to sit there and say Dame had a better year than Steph, you look at the numbers. I believe he did actually. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way, in the comments down below, please. But but in totality of career-wise, we all know obviously Steph is obviously, the better player. And people can sit there and say, oh, but he's a better ball handler. Example, right? Let me ask you a question. What do you think makes a really good ball handler? Because I have this comment with people all the time. Kyrie Irving is the best ball handling of all time. Why? Because he can hit you with 3 dribbles and still kill you, hit you with 20 dribbles and still kill you. That's what makes Kyrie amazing. Now, Stephen Curry, for example, right? Stephen Curry doesn't need 1,000 dribbles to get you. He can hit you with a couple moves, Curry tween behind the back, hezzy, and then you're out of there. That's why I love Curry's ball handling, because Curry doesn't need 1,000 dribbles to score. And if you play basketball, you play at a high level, you understand. A lot of times you don't have the luxury to dribble that much. You have to have go-to moves. You have to be able to understand what the defense gives you. You have to understand, I gotta do this to get past this individual, and then get ready for the next one coming up for help. So when people sit there and say, like, I read some in the comments, people said that, oh, Dame's a better ball handler. I have to respectfully disagree, because again, Dame has to take more dribbles to get to the rack. Curry doesn't. I always say this: if you could dribble less and score with a really good efficiency and more, I always will think you're a better ball handler. Other than that though, Dame's a hell of a scorer, and I do truly believe he did have a better last year than Steph, because I think the numbers said it. And again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but let me know.
Both of them are coming off of historically great seasons. We haven't seen a pair like this since KD joined Steph and the Warriors back in 2017. In fact, the last time in modern NBA history 2 volume scorers of this caliber paired up was never. Over the last 50 years, there hasn't been a single duo that averaged at least 30 points per game and then played together in the following season. Not Kevin Durant and James Harden, not Curry and Durant, not LeBron and Wade, not even Kobe and Shaq. But it's not just how dominant Giannis and Dame are, it's the fact that their games perfectly complement one another. Individually, defenses are forced to scheme against Dame and Giannis in polar opposite ways.
Boom, he does that and misses. Giannis comes down there and gets a putback dunk. Like, it's insane, honestly. Because Dame could let me play this
together are forced.
Dame could hezzy the hell out of you right here, and then he'll have 2 people on him, and then Giannis is just running out. Now he's running down the middle for an alley-oop. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I wanted. Of course, I wanted Giannis on the Warriors, but this is pretty darn cool too. I'll tell you that. So this will be exciting to see, and like I said, if Dame utilizes more off ball, I think this team will be incredibly hard to beat. Do I think this is the best team in the league? No. I think the Nuggets still are the best team. I think the Lakers are right under there with their bench, and they're stacked. The Lakers are stacked. I feel like y'all are really underestimating the Lakers. I'm not a Lakers fan, by the way, but I think you're all really underestimating the Lakers. Celtics look good, but the Celtics, I've been noticing, man, they always crumble. And also I think, this is my opinion, of course. You can tell me if I'm wrong. I believe that they lost their vocal leader in Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart was the vocal leader of that team, I believe. So, and you need that. Drew Holiday's great, but who's the vocal leader now on that team? So we'll see. But the Bucks, top to bottom, bro, they look freaking good, man. They look freaking good. They could high key still hide Dame on defense. I think they can. But if they can't, we will see. We will see.
To scheme against Dame and Giannis in polar opposite ways. But together, there's not a team in the league who has the defensive personnel to cover the deep ball and the pick and roll and the low post. Just think, Every single attempt at creating a superstar tandem in recent years involves two players that usually have similar strengths and weaknesses. As good as Kyrie and Durant were, their games didn't complement one another. Kawhi and PG are great individually, but as a whole, their skill sets are far too similar to create a real dynamic offense.
And this is why I say to people too all the time, when people see these players, like they see, Drew Holiday coming in, they're like, oh, they're gonna do this, do that. I'm just like, bro, yeah, I really don't understand how basketball works, bro. Chemistry is a very, very big thing. I saw when the PG and Kawhi situation happened, I was like, no. But it's different for this because it totally complement each other's game. From the center position to the point guard position, they both, once they get that ball in their hands, it's a wrap. But at the same time, I feel like this will also push Dame's playmaking to the next level too. Like I said, man, I'm excited to see how it's gonna happen with Dame. I'm very excited, honestly.
Most of the time, just taking turns on who's going to get the next possession.
Exactly.
Even LeBron and AD are two oversized forwards who tend to play away from the basket and dominate possessions one turn at a time.
Right.
For the exact opposite reason, this is why I think the duo of Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic
It's
works
so
so
good.
well.
Exactly.
Two completely different but compatible playstyles.
Yes.
Aside from Murray, who isn't quite a superstar, and Jokic, the last time we saw a duo that was made up of two megastars with complementary skills and positions was 2 decades ago with Shaq and Kobe. Damian Lillard's demand to be traded wasn't some breach of loyalty. It was an attempt to regain control of his career and earn a real chance at winning, like many others before him have done.
Also, for y'all weirdos that saying it's in the same realm of KD and the Warriors, you do understand that Dame didn't want to go to the Bucks, right? You know he requested to go to the Heat, right? And he was traded, if I remember correctly. He was traded, right? Yeah, he was traded. So y'all gotta stop doing that, bro. Like y'all trying real hard. Again, these are the annoying fans of our fan base that are trying super hard to boost us up, to discredit Dame, basically. Typical loser stuff. Typical loser stuff. What I talk about the weirdos in each fan base. But I have no problem with this. Me personally, Dame deserves it. He's been loyal forever. And this is actually the first time that a player has been loyal that I've seen as a superstar and has been rewarded correctly. Because I like him a lot more in the Bucks. I do. Than the Heat. I do.
How many all-time greats put their loyalty first and foremost and paid the price because of it? Guys like Reggie Miller, Dominique Wilkins, Patrick Ewing, generational talents whose careers get lost in the shuffle because they never climbed to the top of the mountain. They never overcame the final obstacle and won an NBA championship. It's almost like all the all-star selections and big performances and playoff wins become an afterthought or some sort of relegated achievement because the ultimate goal was never achieved. Is it better to stay with one organization with hopes that things will eventually work out, despite things never quite working out?
No, because the NBA is a business. No. I hope one day NBA rookies see my video. When I tell you, hey, rookie, don't. There's no such thing as loyalty to business men or women. There's no such thing as loyalty. Do not believe what they tell you. I'm telling you right now. If that dollar sign looks a lot better, you leaving than staying, they will get rid of you so fast. Do not, bro.
Or after years of holding up your end of the deal, is it better to finally do what's best for you?
Dame just actually
to win. Well, the answer lies with the
called a
players
dub doing
who
it.
did put themselves first. In the mid-2000s, Kevin Garnett's incredible talents were being flushed down the drain in Minnesota, and so he said enough is enough and went to Boston, a move that changed the course of his career and legacy. If Kevin Durant never left OKC, we may not know him as a two-time champion.
Somebody said, if KD never left, what's his face? OKC, he would have just been Carmelo Anthony. What do y'all think about that? Comments down below. Let me know. Think that's true? Think it's been a more decorated Carmelo Carmelo or similar. I can see it.
Finals MVP, but rather another generational talent who could never quite get it done. Even LeBron James all made the decision to leave the franchise that drafted them for an organization that actually gave them a chance at winning a title. Because loyalty and fans and accolades...
I'm sorry, but I can just hear somebody right now. But Melvin, that means that the Warriors wouldn't have won those 2 rings, blah, blah, blah. And like, yeah, so you really think the same outcome would have happened? You think that they wouldn't have got other players? You think that the same, again, outcome would have happened? Again, no, bro. We don't know. That's the thing. We don't know. But I'll say this though: if KD definitely didn't leave, with the team they have now, I don't know, bro. I think with the team he have now, he might have eventually got a ring, but not 2. Definitely not 2. Definitely not 2.
Aside, above all, every
OKC built something nice over there, bro.
Their head and be crowned a champion. Something that was never gonna happen with Dame in Portland. So what do y'all think? Is this duo truly the favorites to win this year's title? Or are we getting ahead of ourselves like we've done countless times before in the past?
We're getting ahead.
Are Dame and Giannis a real match made for winning? Or is this team going to be just another failed attempt at combining talents in hopes that it yields something great? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
I love Dame.
And as always, until next time.
See you, Jimmy. I hope Dame gets a ring, bro, because I think he deserves it. I think Dame deserves to be in those top point guards with a ring. I really do believe it, man. Again, we want to reward people that, you know, are loyal, right? Also, show love to Jimmy. Like his stuff, comment on his page, and sub to Jimmy High Roller, man. But in all seriousness, though, I hope it works. I do. But it's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be a battle, bro. Because now it's become one of those teams that if one of them gets injured, it's one of those teams of like, if one piece gets injured, everybody else is gonna crumble. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those. If Bobby gets hurt, it's over. Knock on wood. If Pat gets hurt, it's over. Knock on wood. Dame gets hurt, it's over. Knock on wood. You know what I'm saying? So I hope, bro, it doesn't happen. I also really hope that they are not going to, you know, pull a Kawhi and PG and do most of the offensive load, because that's going to increase the injuries, being injury prone, excuse me. You know, it's just too loud. Nah, it ain't too loud. You know what I'm saying? So I hope, man. But what do y'all think in the comments down below, man? Let me know. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. Let me know how y'all feel about it, man. They're definitely going to go to the conference finals. I have no doubt about that. In terms of winning it all, Lakers, Nuggets look good. If the Celtics finally figure it out, they'll be back. Who else? I really don't know. I'll tell you this. Excuse me. If the Warriors figure out that center issue, I can see the Warriors making some noise. I'm also very kind of low on it because, again, you know, they're so guard happy that I just don't even care anymore. But of course, I'm watching my team, support my team. But I'm also not delusional. So, but we'll see. But tune into the next one, man. I gotta go, man. I need to drink some tea to get this done. We will be live later, by the way. We'll talk more about the Dame and Bucks situation. We'll talk more about the Lakers. We'll talk about everybody because NBA is around the corner, man. So it's gonna be fun. Love y'all, man. Bow. Have a great rest of y'all day, man. Stay safe, stay immaculate, stay warm. Well, stay cool because it's warm over here in New York. But don't forget, y'all, to learn something new every single day. And drink your water. Love y'all, man. Peace.